On the line with us is Stephanie Miller, the host of the Stephanie Miller Show on Free Speech TV, the original sexy liberal. StephanieMiller.com is her website. And not just on Free Speech TV, she's on radio stations all over the country and everything, pretty much everywhere on earth. Stephanie, hey.
Thom Hartmann, squee. I love you.
I love you too. How are you?
Good, baby. And by the way, Sexy Liberal's back. We're starting again in Madison. February 27th is our first one with Frangela and John Fugelsang.
Oh, that's going to be
Tickets are almost sold out, so go get it.
And where do people go to get it?
BarrymoreLive.com. Go right to the Barrymore Theater.
Okay. Do you have a main website for the whole tour?
We always have right-wing sabotage. They try to do scalping sites, and we got hacked. Our Twitter got hacked the first day we announced, and so make sure you get them from BarrymoreLive.com.
Okay, great. Is there a main website?
Oh my God, you've been making snow angels. For like 2 days. You had off.
Yeah. Yeah, the dog actually was really into making snow angels. It's hysterical. But what you and I want to talk about on the air. You support Hillary, I support Bernie, but we both support the Democratic Party, and we will both vote for whoever the nominee of the party is. Do I have that right so far?
What's that?
I said, do I have that right so far?
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, it drives me crazy. I was saying today that I know you get mail about me and I get mail about you. And I said, by the way, that talk show hosts love that when you tell them, you should be more like Stephanie Miller or you should be more like Thom Hartmann. I said, we love hearing that. But it's kind of hilarious because somebody said today, they wrote, you should be more like Thom Hartmann. He makes it clear he'll vote for Hillary if she's the nominee. And I'm like, I don't know how many times I can say I will vote for Bernie if he's the nominee. I love Bernie. I would be thrilled.
Yeah, they're both really good candidates. I mean, I can pick nits, and I have on the air, frankly, with some of the ways that Hillary Clinton has been conducting her campaign, or some of her advisors. Who knows? And I'm sure you can pick. Pardon?
That's why God made radio shows 3 hours.
Exactly.
Right.
And I'm sure you can do the same thing with Bernie's positions but the net, the bottom line on all this stuff is we really need to tone down the hostility and anger. I'm watching these wars over at HillaryClintonSupporters.com versus DemocraticUnderground.com, which have become basically kind of Hillary Central and Bernie Central, and people speaking ill of other people speaking ill of the candidates. Enough already.
Exactly. That's why I called you and I wanted us to have these sort of ongoing conversations because I feel like we can be the peacemakers here because I think, like I was saying, it's like, look, if Ezra Klein writes a piece that he thinks, questioning Bernie's health care plan, or Paul Krugman writes a piece saying Hillary's Wall Street plan is tougher than Bernie's. Those are issues we can talk about, but don't call them bad liberals. Just like, whatever Elizabeth Warren said on the Senate floor was, seen as obviously not an endorsement of Hillary and maybe a swipe. Well, it's her right, Tom, to endorse whoever she wants to. I'm not going to call her a bad liberal. She endorses Bernie. You know what I'm saying? I think it's Robert Reich has come out in favor of Bernie. I love Robert Reich. I'm not going to suddenly say, oh, he's an idiot and he's not a real liberal. Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean, when you compare the three Democratic candidates to bring in the he who shall not be named guy too, when you compare those three to any of the Republicans or to all of the Republicans in aggregate. I mean, theoretically the most rational of the Republicans is either John Kasich or Jeb Bush, and they're both nuts.
Right. Well, and we'll see it again this week, Tom. It's like last night. I always say it every time. I thought Bernie was great. I thought Hillary was great. You're right. O'Malley was present, but
well, he's done a good job of being the character from Central Casting who's running for president. He does a brilliant job of.
But and then we'll see Thursday. Is my point.
Yeah.
It's just devoid of ideas. It is the meanest group of candidates. It's the most ridiculous. The
Republicans you're talking about here.
I've ever seen. It's just, so that's the thing is that I wish more of our debates were on nights where people are watching because I think it makes us look great.
Yes, I agree. I absolutely agree. I think Debbie Wasserman Schultz put her foot in it in this one.
Yeah, I agree. Tom, let me ask you, because I said on my show today I was going to ask you because you're the smartest man in the universe, but because quite honestly, it's interesting. A lot of this stuff, like, it's a little above my pay grade, but, somebody brought up oh gosh, who was it? Paul Krugman's piece, who we all love, but how he was saying, and I read the piece, but he was basically saying he thought Hillary's plan was tougher on Wall Street than Bernie's, and he was saying, I think because she takes on shadow banks like Lehman Brothers that actually caused the collapse.
Right.
What is your take on all that? Because I feel like they'd both be tough on Wall Street. It's just a question, right, of whether bringing Glass-Steagall back is the best way to do it now, or
right.
Is it better to address it differently?
Yeah, if you brought back Glass-Steagall, you would do away with the shadow bank problem. There wouldn't be specific legislation that says that shadow banks are regulated. They would simply cease to legally exist. So, yes, it doesn't directly address shadow banking because it eliminates it. But so it's there's a little bit of wordsmithing going on here, but arguably in both campaigns about this.
Yeah, but I think you're right, Tom. It's like you split the difference. Like they're both great on pretty much all the issues we both care about.
Yeah.
And particularly as compared, and I think Krugman made that point, compared to anybody on the Republican side that would, let the banks run wild again, right?
Well, and they have been, by the way, for, since Reaganomics. Really what we need to do, I from time to time I point to, the deregulation of Wall Street with the end of Glass-Steagall, the Gramm-Leach-Bliley, and the Commodity Futures Modernization Act, which I thought was ironic that Hillary attacked Bernie for voting for, but it was part of an omnibus bill. But in any case, we talk about that. But the real deregulation, the real impetus for this whole thing, the foundation that was laid, that has been built on step by step by step, and frankly, the vast majority of the people who voted for these pieces of legislation were Republicans. These were Republican bills, even though they were signed by Bill Clinton, and it all really began with Ronald Reagan. This is and let us not forget. And what it comes down to at the end of the day is, Democrats within the Democratic Party, Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, Martin O'Malley, have differences of opinion on how they're going to do things. But compare them to the Republicans who want to just let the banksters run over everything. They want to hand Social Security to Pete Peterson and the banksters on Wall Street. They want to hand Medicare to Stephen J. Hemsley and the banksters at United Healthcare. It's crazy.
Right. So, Tom, what was your take on what President Obama said? Because there was a lot of talk on our show that it seemed like, while not explicitly an endorsement of Hillary, but just as what Senator Warren said was seen as sort of more of not a maybe a swipe at Hillary, but obviously people are saying he didn't come out and endorse her, but it sounded like he was leaning toward Hillary. Is that I think he was just trying to be Solomonic, which is a damn difficult thing. You usually end up with a dead baby. When you try and cut it down the middle. And if I were him, I would have said, it's a primary. I'm not going to comment on it. But, he did. And it's part of it sounded like a swipe for Hillary. Part of it sounded like an endorsement. Who knows? Because you're my hero, and we sometimes make mad, passionate love behind Louise's back. Don't say anything.
Yeah, no, but, nobody can know.
Right, but no, but it's so funny. I took a page from you yesterday because you were talking about how you try to regulate, like you don't let people, callers insult Hillary. Yeah. And I did the same thing. I had a caller. Again, he didn't call Bernie names, but I cut him off because he just said, he's just like Trump and he's promising all these things that he's never going to be able to do. And I said, stop right there. First of all, don't ever compare Bernie Sanders to Donald Trump on my show. And secondly, Donald Trump is a liar.
Yeah.
That is promising things he knows he's never going to get done. He's a snake oil salesman. I said, Bernie Sanders believes in the things he's talking about. He's believed in them his whole life. He's fought for them his whole life. We can have a reasoned debate.
There you go.
Whether he can get them done and what the best way is. But
Stephanie, you're brilliant. And we're out of time.
You too, honey.
Thank you, Stephanie.
This
Stephanie,
is the Thom Hartmann Program.
StephanieMiller.com is the website. And what's the website for the tickets?
BarrymoreLive.com.
Okay, you got it. Stephanie Miller. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks, Tom.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.